What could be worse than a plague of locusts? How about an invasion by so-called murder hornets?
What could possibly be more terrifying than a swarm of angry bees? How about an invasion of murder hornets, or a venomous caterpillar that can kill you with a single touch? When we think of dangerous creatures,
There's a tiny, furry little creature lurking in the trees, one that packs quite a wallop if it stings you. All new at 6, our Eric Waxler has more on the insect that causes so much pain.
most of us imagine predators that lurk in the shadows, but in the insect world, the deadliest creatures are often the tiniest. These insects can sting, bite, and cause unimaginable pain, sometimes leading to death. But that's not all. They can also wreak havoc on ecosystems, spread diseases, and terrorize entire communities. Today, we dive deep into the world of the world's most dangerous insects. Insects that can do more than just scare you. They can hurt you, and in some cases, kill you. The Asian giant hornet. Death in a sting. When you think of the most dangerous insects, the Asian giant hornet likely comes to mind. Often called the murder hornet, this insect is as terrifying as it sounds. These hornets are not only massive, with some reaching up to 2 inches in length, but their sting is incredibly painful. It's not the sting itself that's most deadly, however. The real danger lies in the hornet's ability to attack in swarming numbers. If a nest is disturbed, these hornets will aggressively target the intruder, delivering painful stings one after another. While human fatalities are rare, they do happen, typically due to allergic reactions or an inability to escape the swarm. However, their threat extends beyond just humans. The Asian giant hornet has a terrifying impact on bee populations, particularly honeybees, which are vital to pollination and our food supply. These hornets can decimate entire hives, devastating not just the bees, but also the agricultural industries that depend on them. Imagine losing not just your food source, but entire crops due to these predators. The damage they can cause is devastating, and their spread from Asia to Europe and North America only exacerbates the problem. The murder hornet is not just an insect you want to avoid. It's an environmental nightmare waiting to unfold. The saddleback caterpillar. Poison in disguise. When you think of caterpillars, you might picture the harmless, fuzzy creatures that eventually become butterflies. But not all caterpillars are friendly. Take, for example, the saddleback caterpillar, which hides its deadly nature under a harmless appearance. Covered in spines that contain venom, this small creature can cause a severe allergic reaction if touched. While a mild sting might result in a rash, the more severe cases can lead to breathing difficulties, nausea, and even anaphylactic shock. It's a reminder that not all creatures that look harmless are truly safe. The saddleback caterpillar may look like something you could find in your garden, but in truth, it's one of the most dangerous insects in the world. With its venomous spines, the caterpillar can incapacitate a victim much larger than itself. For those unlucky enough to experience a sting, the lasting pain and potential complications are something you'll never forget. Whether you're hiking or simply enjoying the outdoors, always be wary of the seemingly innocent creatures around you. Nature is far more deadly than it seems. The assassin caterpillar, silent but deadly. If you were shocked by the saddleback caterpillar, prepare yourself for the assassin caterpillar, one of the most deadly insects on the planet. Found in South America, this tiny caterpillar's sting is not only agonizing, it can kill you. Despite measuring just a couple of centimeters long, the assassin caterpillar's venom can cause internal bleeding that leads to organ failure. The first sting can cause excruciating pain, but it's the internal damage that truly makes this creature terrifying. Over 500 deaths have been attributed to this small, seemingly innocent insect. What makes the assassin caterpillar even more chilling is its ability to remain unnoticed. Its small size and camouflage allow it to evade detection, making it a silent predator. The irony is that, unlike many deadly creatures, this caterpillar doesn't advertise its danger. It's easy to overlook in the wild, yet it can be one of the most lethal creatures in the Amazon and beyond. To make matters worse, its venom is so powerful that, in many cases, it has been able to cause fatalities within hours. Stay away from these venomous larvae if you ever find yourself trekking in its native lands. The danger is real and immediate. The deer tick. small but lethal. Deer tick may look harmless, but it's far from it. Often associated with Lyme disease, this tiny creature can be just as deadly as any large predator. Deer ticks latch onto their hosts, whether that's a deer or a human, and feed on blood for days, often without being noticed. They are capable of transmitting a host of diseases, including Lyme disease, which can lead to debilitating symptoms such as chronic fatigue, joint pain, and in severe cases, neurological disorders. The real danger is in their stealthy attack. You may never even realize that you've been bitten until the symptoms of Lyme disease begin to appear, potentially months after the tick bite. While Lyme disease is the most common concern associated with deer ticks, they are not limited to just one form of danger. These tiny insects are also capable of transmitting other diseases, such as anaplasmosis and babesiosis, which can also have severe effects on human health. What makes them particularly dangerous is their invisibility. Unlike many dangerous insects, you can't see them at first, and they remain undetected while they suck your blood and pass along potentially life-threatening diseases. The brown recluse spider, the silent killer. Finally, we get to one of the most feared arachnids, the brown recluse spider. While it may not be the largest spider out there, its deadly venom makes it one of the most dangerous. Brown recluse spiders have a venom that causes the skin around the bite to die, creating a necrotic wound that can be incredibly painful. In some cases, this venom can cause systemic reactions, leading to severe organ damage or even death. The real danger of the brown recluse comes from the fact that it often bites without warning, and many people don't even realize they've been bitten until it's too late. What makes the brown recluse spider especially terrifying is its elusive nature. These spiders aren't aggressive by nature, and often bite only in self-defense. They like to stay hidden in dark places, such as closets or basements, making it easy for someone to accidentally encounter one without realizing the potential danger. Despite their tendency to avoid human contact, the damage caused by their bite can be incredibly serious, requiring immediate medical attention. If left untreated, the wound can continue to worsen, leading to infection and, in rare cases, even death. The fire ant, small but mighty. When it comes to dangerous insects, fire ants might not seem like the most menacing at first glance. But these tiny, aggressive creatures can pose a significant threat to anyone unfortunate enough to get too close. Fire ants are notorious for their ability to swarm in large numbers and aggressively bite anyone who disturbs their nests. Their venom causes an intense burning sensation, which gives them their name, and if you get bitten by a group of them, the pain can be overwhelming. What's even scarier is that some people are allergic to fire ant venom, which can lead to anaphylactic shock or even death in extreme cases. However, the danger of fire ants isn't just in their ability to sting. These ants are destructive, particularly to the environment. They can damage crops, displace wildlife, and even cause power outages by nesting in electrical equipment. One particularly alarming practice among certain African tribes involves young men preparing for adulthood by wearing gloves filled with fire ants, enduring repeated stings as a rite of passage. This painful ritual demonstrates just how resilient fire ants can be, and why they deserve their place on this list of dangerous insects. So, the next time you see a fire ant hill, tread carefully. These tiny creatures are far more dangerous than you might think. The botfly, nature's parasite. The botfly might be one of the most unsettling insects you'll ever encounter. Unlike other pests that merely annoy, the botfly's method of infestation is downright horrifying. Botflies lay their eggs on a host, and once the larvae hatch, they burrow under the skin, where they grow and develop. At first, the presence of the larvae might not even be noticed, but over time, the area will become inflamed and painful as the larvae burrow deeper. Eventually, the larvae will mature and emerge from the host, leaving behind a disfiguring wound. While botflies are not directly lethal, their presence can be life-altering. In regions where botflies are common, such as parts of Central and South America, infestations can cause significant distress and suffering for humans and animals alike. For those who are unlucky enough to encounter these parasites, the treatment often involves extracting the larvae, which is a painful process in itself. This grotesque method of reproduction, combined with the discomfort and potential complications of a botfly infestation, makes this insect one of the most disturbing on the planet. Africanized honeybee, the killer bee. We've all heard of killer bees, but the Africanized honeybee takes this reputation to terrifying new heights. Known for their aggression, these bees are much more likely to attack in swarms if they feel threatened, making them dangerous even to people who aren't allergic to their stings. The true danger lies in their sheer numbers. These bees don't just sting once and move on. They will attack relentlessly until the threat is neutralized or they are chased away. The Africanized honeybee has earned its notorious reputation by killing over 1,000 people and attacking both humans and animals in swarms. Unlike other types of bees, Africanized honeybees don't hesitate to chase down perceived threats, sometimes going as far as a quarter of a mile. They have spread across North America over the years, and their presence is a real danger to anyone who unknowingly disturbs their colonies. Their ability to swarm and relentlessly sting makes them one of the deadliest insects in the world. When you encounter a colony of these bees, it's not just a mild annoyance, it's a life or death situation. So, always be cautious and avoid disturbing them. If you do find yourself in danger, make sure you get to safety quickly, as the consequences of being stung by these aggressive bees can be catastrophic. The Brazilian wandering spider, the night stalker. If you've ever had a nightmare about a spider crawling on you, then the Brazilian wandering spider is your worst nightmare brought to life. Known as the world's most dangerous spider, this creature's venomous bite can cause paralysis, organ failure, and even death if not treated quickly. What makes this spider especially terrifying is that it wanders, meaning it's not confined to a web like most spiders. It prowls the jungle floor, seeking out prey, and it's always on the move. Its venom is so potent that even a small bite can be fatal, especially to children. But that's not all. The Brazilian wandering spider is not just venomous, it's also aggressive. If threatened, it will strike, and with its fast movement and ability to leap short distances, you may not even know it's coming. Found in the dense jungles of South America, this spider can easily slip into homes or areas with dense vegetation, making it a constant threat to anyone living in its natural habitat. And if that wasn't scary enough, it's also a nocturnal creature, meaning it's more active at night when you're least likely to see it coming. So, if you ever find yourself in the Brazilian jungle, be sure to keep an eye on the ground. This spider is always ready to strike. The house centipede, the multi-legged nightmare. For those of us who've encountered a house centipede, it's not hard to understand why this creature makes the list. Though small in size, this multi-legged insect packs a venomous bite that can cause significant pain and swelling around the area of the sting. With as many as 177 legs, the house centipede is one of the most terrifying insects to encounter in your home. These creatures are fast-moving and are often found in dark, damp areas like basements or bathrooms, where they hunt for smaller insects. While they are not typically dangerous to humans, the pain from their bite can leave lasting marks. Despite their frightening appearance, house centipedes are actually beneficial in some ways, as they prey on pests like spiders, cockroaches, and termites. However, the mere sight of these wiggling creatures in your home is enough to make most people's skin crawl. And when they bite, the swelling and painful reaction that follows is often a nasty reminder of just how dangerous even the most unexpected insects can be. So, if you spot one of these creatures scurrying across your floor, you might want to give it a wide berth. The black widow spider, the silent assassin. When you think of dangerous spiders, the black widow spider is probably one of the first that comes to mind. With its iconic black body and red hourglass marking, it is both beautiful and deadly. Known for its potent venom, the bite of a black widow can cause intense pain, cramping, and nausea that can last for hours. In some rare cases, it can even lead to death, particularly in children or the elderly if not treated properly. But here's where it gets even more sinister. Unlike most aggressive spiders, the black widow is not territorial. It usually bites only in self-defense when it feels threatened. The venom of a black widow is 15 times more potent than a rattlesnake's venom. However, unlike rattlesnakes, these spiders don't actively hunt humans. Most people are bitten when they accidentally disturb the spider's nest, often in dark, hidden spaces like garages, basements, and woodpiles. The black widow tends to remain still, waiting for insects to walk by, which is why it's often called a silent assassin. While the bite is painful, the real danger lies in the symptoms that follow. The muscle cramps and spasms can leave you debilitated, making the ordeal even worse for those who are sensitive to the venom. For a while, black widow bites went largely unnoticed. But once their potential to cause severe harm was recognized, the world began to pay attention. And with their ability to blend into the environment, many people never even know they've been bitten until it's too late. The tarantula hawk wasp. Pain you'll never forget. There are insects known for their sharp sting and relentless attacks, but the tarantula hawk wasp stands apart from the pack. Renowned for having one of the most painful stings in the world, this wasp doesn't just hurt you. It paralyzes you with its venom, leaving you helpless in its wake. The sting is so intense that even experts on stings have described it as an electrifying shock that you'll feel for hours, incapacitating you almost immediately. Yet, the pain isn't the most disturbing part. This wasp's hunting technique is what truly sets it apart. Tarantula hawks are named for their ability to hunt and subdue tarantulas, one of the largest spiders in the world. But the most terrifying aspect of this creature's behavior is the way it paralyzes its victim. It stings the tarantula in such a precise way that the spider is rendered completely immobile, yet still alive. The wasp then drags its prey into a burrow, lays its eggs inside the spider, and the larvae consume the living tarantula from the inside out. The fact that the spider is kept alive in this process is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. If the sting's excruciating pain isn't enough of a deterrent, this terrifying hunting method might be. The yellow jacket, an aggressive swarm. Most people are familiar with bees, but the yellow jacket is in a league of its own when it comes to dangerous stinging insects. These insects look similar to bees, but are more aggressive and can sting multiple times, unlike bees, which lose their stinger after a single attack. The real danger of a yellow jacket isn't just its sting, it's its relentless nature. If you disturb a yellow jacket's nest, it will come after you, and it will do so as a swarm. The stings from yellow jackets are extremely painful, but what really makes them dangerous is the severe allergic reactions they can trigger in certain people. These reactions can lead to anaphylaxis, which, if untreated, can be fatal. On top of that, yellow jackets are known to attack in large numbers, and their sting will leave a lasting mark. While bees typically sting once and move on, yellow jackets are much more persistent. They'll follow you if they feel threatened, and their colonies can contain thousands of bees, making a single encounter with one a potentially life-threatening event. Whether you're out on a hike or simply trying to enjoy a picnic, you should be cautious and avoid disturbing them at all costs. The velvet ant, the cow killer. With its striking red and black coloring and fluffy appearance, the velvet ant might seem harmless. But this wasp, despite its name, is known for its extremely painful sting, which has earned it the nickname cow killer. This insect is incredibly fast-moving and has an almost aggressive demeanor when disturbed. Although it doesn't fly, the velvet ant can crawl rapidly across the ground, making it a serious threat to anyone who gets too close. The sting of the velvet ant is said to be 4 times more painful than a normal bee sting, ranking high on the Schmidt Sting Pain Index. Though the velvet ant's sting isn't likely to kill, the intense pain it causes can last for hours, making it one of the most unpleasant insects to encounter. Its venom is powerful, and in rare cases, the sting has been known to cause allergic reactions in some individuals. Despite its small size, this tiny insect's sting packs a punch, and anyone who comes into contact with it will remember the experience for a long time. The blister beetle, a dangerous toxin. When we think of beetles, we usually think of harmless creatures that scuttle around, but the blister beetle is anything but harmless. This insect produces a toxin that can cause painful skin blisters upon contact. The toxin is known as cantharidin, which can lead to severe skin irritation, burning sensations, and blisters that can last for days or even weeks. The real danger, however, lies in consumption. If someone accidentally eats a blister beetle or consumes one that has been processed into food, especially in alfalfa, they can suffer from vomiting, abdominal pain, and, in extreme cases, death. Animals, particularly horses, are especially vulnerable to this beetle, and even ingesting a small amount of beetle toxin can be fatal for them. The toxin is potent enough to create significant harm, making this seemingly harmless insect a serious threat in the right circumstances. The blister beetle's ability to paralyze muscles and cause such severe symptoms makes it a dangerous creature, especially when handled or consumed improperly. The Amazonian giant centipede, a fearsome predator. Living in the depths of the Amazon rainforest, the Amazonian giant centipede is one of the largest centipedes in the world, and it's also one of the deadliest. Known for its voracious appetite, this carnivorous centipede actively hunts for prey, including small mammals, birds, and frogs. But its danger to humans should not be underestimated. When this centipede bites, it injects a toxin that can cause intense pain, swelling, and sometimes nausea. The Amazonian giant centipede has a particular fearsome reputation due to its ability to take down prey much larger than itself. In one case, a child in the Amazon was bitten after the centipede slithered into their soda can, and the child tragically passed away from the bite. While these centipedes are not aggressive toward humans unless provoked, their sheer size, speed, and painful bite make them a threat in the rainforest. If you're ever in their territory, it's best to keep your distance and be aware of your surroundings. This giant insect is far more dangerous than it looks. The Amazonian giant centipede, the silent killer of the jungle. The Amazonian giant centipede isn't just a large insect. It is a ferocious predator, and it doesn't wait for its prey to come to it. It actively hunts. The Amazon rainforest is home to some of the world's most dangerous creatures, but the centipede might just top the list. Known for its terrifying size, reaching lengths of up to 12 inches, it's an apex predator in the insect world. These centipedes are so large that they prey on small mammals, birds, and even frogs, making them a unique and terrifying presence in the rainforest. What truly makes the Amazonian giant centipede deadly is its venomous bite. When it strikes, it uses its sharp pincers to latch onto its prey and inject venom that immobilizes it. This venom, while not typically lethal to humans, causes excruciating pain, swelling, and can lead to nausea and chills. The centipede's bite is also a shock to the system, as it can trigger severe allergic reactions in susceptible individuals. Imagine stumbling upon one of these creatures in the heart of the jungle. Its venomous bite could bring even the toughest adventurer to their knees. But here's the thing. While the Amazonian giant centipede might seem like a monster, it's actually just doing what it's designed to do: survive. Its predatory nature helps keep the jungle ecosystem in balance. But to anyone who encounters it in the wild, it's a stark reminder of the power these creatures hold in nature. The centipede's combination of size, speed, and venom places it among the most formidable predators of the rainforest. And while it's unlikely to attack unless provoked, that's little consolation if you're the one on the receiving end of its venomous bite. The bulldog ant, the venomous assassin. If you've ever seen an ant and thought to yourself, how could something so small be dangerous? Then the bulldog ant is here to prove you wrong. This ant is arguably one of the deadliest insects on the planet, and it's not only dangerous to humans, but also to animals. Native to Australia, these ants are known for their aggressive nature, particularly when it comes to defending their nests. When threatened, a bulldog ant will charge at its attacker, stinging them multiple times without hesitation. What sets the bulldog ant apart from other ants is the toxicity of its venom. This ant injects a venom that can cause severe allergic reactions, pain, and in rare cases, death. The venom acts quickly, causing swelling, dizziness, and an intense burning sensation. But the real kicker? It's also hyper-aggressive. Bulldog ants don't just sting once. They will continue to attack until the perceived threat is neutralized. In fact, there have been numerous incidents where humans and animals have been hospitalized or even died from their bites. Imagine this. You're walking through the Australian outback, and suddenly, a cloud of these terrifying ants is charging towards you. Their venom is deadly enough, but their unrelenting nature makes them far more dangerous. In the wild, these ants don't just defend their homes, they actively hunt down anything that might pose a threat. This fearsome combination of venom and aggression makes the bulldog ant a force to be reckoned with. and you'll want to avoid it at all costs. The toxic tiger butterfly, an unexpected deadly beauty. At first glance, the toxic tiger butterfly might seem like any other butterfly fluttering through the air, delicate and harmless. But as is often the case in nature, appearances can be deceptively dangerous. This butterfly may not seem threatening, but its wings hide a deadly secret. It's toxic. The butterfly produces a unique toxin that makes it unpalatable to predators and deterrents to anyone who might think about eating it. The toxin in the tiger butterfly is ingested through the plants it feeds on and serves as a defense mechanism against predators. It's so effective that even larger animals, like birds, will avoid eating them. For humans, though, the toxicity of the butterfly doesn't pose a major risk unless someone were to eat it. Still, this butterfly's ability to play dead when threatened by emitting an awful smell is a fascinating survival tactic. The butterfly essentially tricks its predators into thinking it's already dead, keeping it alive for another day. The toxic properties of this butterfly make it a clever survivor. Though it may not be as overtly dangerous as some of the larger insects on this list, its natural defense and subtlety are what make it truly remarkable. And it serves as a reminder that in the wild, beauty and danger often go hand in hand. While you won't likely be poisoned by simply looking at this butterfly, it's still a warning that things aren't always as they seem. The puss caterpillar. The king of venomous insects. Imagine this. You're walking through the southeastern United States, and you spot a fluffy, cat-like creature on a tree branch. You reach out to touch it, only to find that what you've just encountered is the most venomous caterpillar in North America, the puss caterpillar. This seemingly innocent and adorable creature might look like it came out of a Disney movie, but its venomous spines hide a painful secret. The puss caterpillar, which later transforms into the southern flannel moth, is known for its long-lasting stings that can cause intense pain for up to 2 weeks. Painful swelling, nausea, headaches, and in some severe cases, difficulty breathing or even shock can follow an encounter with this caterpillar. Despite its cute appearance, it's one of the most dangerous insects on the continent, especially because its venom can cause such intense reactions. And the worst part? You won't even realize you're near it until it's too late. These caterpillars are particularly dangerous because of their camouflage. They blend seamlessly into the environment, making them hard to spot, especially in areas with dense foliage. As a result, many people unwittingly come into contact with them. Children are especially vulnerable, as they are naturally curious and may try to handle the caterpillar, unaware of the pain they are about to experience. But the puss caterpillar's toxicity isn't the only factor that makes it deadly. It's the length of time the effects last. This isn't just a quick sting, it's an agonizing experience that can persist for weeks. This deadly little creature serves as a stark reminder that in the world of insects, appearances are deceptive, and beauty can hide the most dangerous threats. And while most insects are capable of causing pain or discomfort, the puss caterpillar's venomous attack is something that leaves a lasting impact. So, if you ever find yourself near one of these critters, be sure to keep your distance, because that seemingly innocent fluff is hiding an intense, long-lasting pain. The world of dangerous insects is vast, and as we've seen today, size and appearance don't always tell the full story. From the venomous caterpillars of North America to the aggressive wasps of the Amazon, these creatures are surprisingly deadly, often in ways you would never expect. While many of them may seem like something out of a nightmare, it's important to remember that in nature, each creature has a purpose, whether it's keeping the ecosystem in balance or simply surviving. So, next time you encounter one of these creepy crawlers, take a moment to think about the incredible abilities these insects have to survive in such a brutal world. And, as always, stay safe, stay aware, and never underestimate the power of the insect kingdom. What insect did you find most surprising? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more dangerous facts from the world around us. See you next time.